My name is Jonathan Goforth, and I've been a full-time realtor for 23 years, a really long time. It's been my privilege to have sold hundreds and hundreds of homes. And today we're going to talk about 3 big mistakes that a lot of buyers make. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel. Just click the word subscribe below so you don't miss out on future videos where I'm going to give real estate advice and success tips to buying and selling homes. Thanks for watching. Let's talk about the location of the home you're about to buy. I'm sure you've always heard location, location, location. It's the biggest factor that determines the value on the home you're about to buy. It could involve school district. It could involve closeness to highway access or shopping or where you are related in your city, and even in the neighborhood you're looking at buying. It comes down to location. You want to buy the best location possible to maximize the value on your house when you sell it again in 5 years or 10 years or whenever that time comes. But a lot of buyers, some buyers in particular, will buy the most expensive home on the street. And that's not a great investment when it comes time to sell it again in the future. You want to be priced in your neighborhood in the middle of it or on a little bit of the lower end of it, so that when it comes time to buy it again, those surrounding homes will bring your home up in value and give you more appreciation. The homes at the very highest price point in your neighborhood are always going to have a challenging time appreciating higher and higher and higher, because the rest of the neighborhood is going to bring it down in value. It's going to just average it down a little bit. You want to be in that average or on a little bit of the lower end of the price point of that neighborhood, so the rest of that neighborhood and surrounding neighborhoods lift you up, and you will do better financially as an investment with that kind of location long term. It's never good to buy the most expensive house in that neighborhood. So talk with your real estate agent about the pros and cons of the value and the comps, which is comparable sales, for where you're looking at buying. Another mistake I see people buy, let's say this neighborhood it's been around for 20 years of new construction. And it's been lots of different phases for the past 20 years, and they're now on the final phase of that neighborhood. Now, what that neighborhood has enjoyed all these years, everyone else who's already bought in there, is typically the new construction values are usually the highest priced because of the cost of construction. And so everybody who's already bought in there has been lifted up slowly in value because of that new construction. Each year there's another phase. But now we're to the very end of the whole development, and that last phase is going to be the highest priced. The problem with that, for buyers picking the very last homes, is all the rest of the development is going to be a little bit lower priced now. They're going to pull down the value of those final homes. There won't be any more new construction to keep lifting those higher and higher in value in the future. So think about that in looking at the location. Even though you're about to build an amazing brand new home, is there going to be something around there to pull the value higher and higher and make that a great investment? Another thing to look at, what's surrounding this home that you're about to fall in love with? Does it back up to a busy road? Does it sit next to a McDonald's or a gas station? Can you see lights from those after you're moving in? Are there things around there that could detract from potential buyers when you sell it again? Again, it's looking at the location. Other things that could factor into that, are you backing up to huge power lines that really are not thrilling you right now? But because there's so few homes on the market, you don't have many to choose from. Be careful that you don't just grab a house because there's not many homes to choose from. Sometimes it's better to wait for a better fit than to just grab any house, even if it's not in the best location. Another thing to look at, the house you're looking at, maybe you're really wanting a walkout basement, but now this one's a flat lot and it doesn't have a walkout, and the surrounding homes behind it, they're higher up and they slope down towards your backyard, and you're feeling a little bit like you're in a fishbowl. You can't see into their homes, but they can all see into yours. Again, is that a great location? Think about some of these things before you sign that dotted line and make the offer on a house that might be a little bit harder to sell again. Location, location, location. Make sure you maximize that to your advantage, because the time will come, you're gonna sell it again. You're gonna want the most desirable home on your street when it comes to maximizing your future value. The second big mistake that a lot of buyers make is not choosing a great lender. They'll come to me and they've already picked a lender, a national one, where all they did was see a TV commercial or hear a radio ad, and that's who they called. And I will just tell you from experience, you need to ask your realtor to give you the names of some local lenders that you can choose from, because there's a big difference between the local lenders, who are many of them great, versus some of the national ones who have reputations, many of them have reputations of not getting the job done. There's going to be bad communication between you and your lender. Now, it may start off great because they want your business, but after you begin calling them, if all you have is a 1-800 number and you get a different person every time, or every time you try to call your lender, you just get voicemail and then they call you back 2 or 3 days later, you're not making progress on your loan fast enough. If you've got a local lender, you're going to make progress fast, it's going to go well, and you're not going to have delays and a lot of the hassles and headaches of other lenders. So my advice to avoid this mistake, ask your real estate agent to help you with this. They know some local lenders that they have a relationship with. At least they know them. Now, we can't get kickbacks. So don't ever think, oh, I don't want my agent to help me with that because they probably get a kickback. We don't get kickbacks. Kickbacks are illegal in every state. We don't get anything, no incentives at all. We just want the deal to close. We want you to get the best loan you can get with the lowest closing costs, the lowest interest rate, and so your real estate agent has people to help you with. Let them give you advice. You don't have to use them. You can use anybody you want to. But there is frustration with a lot of lenders out there. They are not all the same. Sometimes there are some lenders who are so bad at being organized, you will send your W-2s, your bank statements, your taxes. You're going to send them copies because they need that, and then you won't hear from them for a few days. You think they got it, they're working on it, they're processing, they're making progress on your loan. A few days later, you check in with them again because you never hear from that lender, and they say they never even got it from you. Can you send it? You're like, oh my gosh, I've already sent it. Now you got to send it again because they've done nothing with your loan. That's the frustration with a lot of lenders who are not great. So make sure you have a good lender. Something else you need to know, what are your closing costs going to be? Because lenders are different. Your real estate agent can help you with a good lender with the most competitive closing costs. Because let's say you're using a lender that we're not very familiar with, and I don't know what their closing costs are. You need to get a good faith estimate from your lender. They will have your fees estimated on a good faith estimate, so you know how much your closing costs are about to be with this lender to close on that home. Let's say you're going to make an offer and you tell your real estate agent, I want the seller to pay all my closing costs. Well, it doesn't work like that. You're going to pick an amount, and that amount could be, let's say, $4,000. The amount's going to say in your offer, the seller's going to pay up to this amount, $4,000 of your closing costs and prepaid items. Your closing costs are all the different fees. Your prepaid items are your insurance, the buffer of 3 months of extra insurance, and your insurance itself for that first year, plus the taxes. You have to put about 3 months of taxes to create that escrow account. You need to know what all that adds up to, because you can apply closing cost money from the seller towards all that. If you're going to end up whatever, $6,000 to buy this house, and you ask for $4,000, make sure you know there's a difference there of about $2,000, and you'll need to pay that difference at closing. If you don't know what this is from your lender, then you need to get a different lender before you go under contract, because the good faith estimate will have these fees. Now, it's missing some things, just so you know. It probably doesn't have some of the title fees, and if your brokerage has a closing fee, it doesn't have that either. This is very important, because if you get down to closing and your lender has dropped the ball along the way, they're not communicating with you, they have not ordered the appraisal fast enough, they didn't get your loan into underwriting fast enough, whose fault is this? It's you as the buyer for picking your lender. So pick a good one. My advice, get with your real estate agent, because they will have multiple really good lenders for you to choose from. And then know what your closing costs are way before closing, so you are prepared to pay that at closing, because you don't want any surprises. Now, my third mistake, this is an opportunity for a lot of buyers. Let's talk about how we can get your mortgage costs down and get your closing costs reduced a little bit too. Here comes number 3. The third mistake that a lot of buyers make is they don't shop around their insurance before they close. This can be huge to save you money over the life of your loan, because your mortgage payment is built upon your principal and interest, and then you have your escrow portion, which is made up of your insurance on the house and your taxes. Your insurance is a huge component of your mortgage payment, and if you don't shop this before you close, you could be missing a huge opportunity to save some money. Here's why. The insurance industry has changed dramatically over the last 10 to 12 years. You know, it used to be controlled by what we would call captive companies. Companies where when you call to get a quote, you're getting the quote from one carrier. They can't shop it for you. It's just that one carrier. Companies like Allstate, State Farm, Farmers, American Family, companies like that are great companies. They may be higher priced compared to if you call an insurance broker, an independent agency. And those are kind of a new trend over the last 10 to 12 years. They will shop your insurance through lots of carriers, such as those carriers are typically going to be like Travelers, Nationwide, Kemper. There's lots and lots of carriers like that. They will shop it through a huge list of those. With one call, they will come up with what's cheaper, probably for better, more coverage. It's potentially going to save you an enormous amount of money on home insurance, but you won't know this unless you shop around. Ask your real estate agent to give you a couple names of different independent insurance agencies in town and compare them. Get 2 or 3 different quotes, because this is really the best time to do it before you close. It's easy to do it. It's free to do this. So my recommendation is do this. When you're doing that, this is a great time to also bundle together your home insurance with your autos. You will get multi-discounts. So if this is your first home, you're going to love the opportunity this gives you now for multi-discounts with your autos with a house. It's going to make your auto insurance cheaper also. The other thing to think about with insurance, have your agent quote you a $1 million umbrella policy, because as a homeowner, hopefully you never use your insurance. It's great to have it. Hopefully you never need it. An insurance policy for an umbrella for $1 million, it's an umbrella over all your policies. It's over your house, it's over your autos. And so it's extra insurance It's very affordable. It's hopefully something you would never need, but it's cheap insurance, and it's a great thing to add on, especially for homeowners, just to give you that extra protection. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like it, please subscribe to my channel, and thank you so much for watching. Happy house hunting.